You'll probably get tired of hearing it, but welcome to the real world. College is not only like the evolution of high school academically, but it's your first step into the real world. You're now responsible for making big kid decisions, which includes dealing with conflict. This is especially true if you're living in the dorms and have a roommate, or are working on a group project in one of your classes, which is something I'm sure all of you will experience at least once throughout your time here at S&T. Different situations require different resolution methods, like those on the screen. Take a second to look at the graph. There are active, fast-paced, assertive, bold resolution methods. There are accepting, people-focused, receptive, agreeable. There are thoughtful, moderate-paced, calm, and careful. And there are questioning, logic-focused, skeptical, and challenging. There's many different ways to deal with conflict, not just the ones shown on the screen, and it's up to you to evaluate the situation, make a plan of action, and carry it out. Later on and during O Week, you'll learn about the different resolution methods and different ways you can approach each of these scenarios. This will happen during your Step Up training. I like to say that I'm a perfect person who gets along with everyone all the time, but in all honesty, that's not true. I have my times that I'm not proud of. I have my faults just like everyone else. This is one of those times. So, my roommate and I have been best friends for about 10 years now. While we are very similar people and work well together, we also have aspects of our personalities that are really different. One of those differences is voice. Freshman year, my roommate started dating a boy that I did not get along with. Our personalities were just too different, and we had different values and morals. We tolerated each other for my roommate's sake. It's not like I was rude or refused to do things with her and him. All three of us went out to dinner. We went to the movies. We went to the park, which is kind of strange looking back. I just took the stance that I did not have to like him like my roommate liked him, and that was okay. This bothered my roommate. He was her boyfriend, and I was her best friend, and she wanted us to do more than just coexist, something that I would not compromise on. Because of this, we ended up having a huge argument and did not talk for 3+ weeks. And if you know us, you know this is like a really big deal. Mind you, we lived in TJ South Tower, so we lived in close quarters. I only went to my room to sleep. I went home for my first St. Pat's, and if you were on campus for long enough, you know that this is also a very big deal. My mom drove down to pick me up, and we drove back to Kansas City that same day because I didn't have a car. And we did this so I didn't have to be in my room. And that's like really crazy. So this isolation was hard. My roommate was and is my support system here at college. And our argument and not properly dealing with it hurt my mental and physical well-being. I'm not joking. This was one of the hardest 3 weeks I've ever had to deal with mentally during college. I felt helpless and angry and sad. I remember sitting in the hallway and crying. And that's something that you never should have to deal with at college and have to be alone and deal with at college. So many negative emotions I just couldn't even face. Moral of the story. That could have been avoided if I had used proper conflict resolution techniques, if I was willing to compromise and put forth effort. My pride and my stubbornness cost me my support system and ended up hurting my mental and physical well-being. I never want to return to how I felt then, and I never want to lose my support system because I couldn't face conflict. If you find yourself in a position where conflict is affecting your life and you can't resolve it yourself, or even if you can resolve it and you would just like a second opinion, do not hesitate to reach out to counseling services and minor wellness. While you have to make big hit decisions, you don't have to face them alone.